no matter the words I say, no one can understand. No one can ever understand the experience that someone else is going through. Like, ever. And that's not true either. But even as I was thinking just now about, I've just been thinking about wanting to be able to validate myself, to not be looking for external validation, whether it be from my husband or my friends or my mum and my dad. Everything is basically my mum and my dad, but looked elsewhere. But even then, like, even if I did get this validation from my mum and my dad, like, they'll die, and I don't want to have to get it from my mum and my dad. And so this topic of, like, self-validation, like, I have an insight and I immediately want to tell someone else because I don't feel like it's enough to just have my own insight about something. Or if I feel I've done something well, it's not enough to just go, aha, that's true. Like a client messaged me saying some beautiful words, like he hasn't really got anyone else in his life who feels as safe and is validating, as non-judgmental, non-shaming, welcoming, loving, unconditional. Like, he doesn't have anyone else in his life, and how incredible that is. And he said, you are incredible. And that really, like, whoa. And I hear him and I hear his honesty and his truth, and something is shifted in me lately where like I want to receive the kindness and the truth that other people are sharing. And it's not even because I want to feel good about myself. It's because it just seems wrong not to receive. Like, it just feels incorrect. It feels not true. It's not about wanting to feel better, even though that is here. It's like, I don't want to pump my ego up, because actually I can pump my ego up when I don't receive it, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like, other people tell me, but I just want to feel it and go, that's cool. You know, partly just to acknowledge what someone else is saying. Anyway, that was so nice, just so deeply beautiful to hear. And like, I was like, who do I show? Who do I tell? Because it's not real unless it's shared. And it makes me think of that quote from Alexander Supertramp, or Christopher McCandless, from the movie Into the Wild, which is based on his real life story. And one of his final quotes is, happiness is only real when shared. And when I first heard that, I thought, yes. And then after a few years, I was like, I don't know about that. That seems a bit codependent. And now it's yes and no, like, yes and no. And it feels like right now how I'm relating to that is like, I can only feel good about something if someone else validates it. And I don't want that. Like, I want to have validation. But as I talk about this, it's funny, I'm talking around the houses, but I talk about this, but I have spoken about validation before. Maybe not in this way. And if I put this on YouTube, then I don't think I've ever spoken about validation on this channel before, but I've spoken about validation, but it has a different quality as I'm speaking about it now. It has a completely different quality that I'm experiencing. And yet I may be using the exact same words, same phrases, but there's a different quality, there's a different frequency, there's a different energy. It's different. And even if someone could get it and validate it, but does that really make it, like, is that energetically going to make a difference? Maybe. I guess I don't know. But yeah, everything seems to be, there are two themes as I'm talking, like everything is experienced here, and like there's this constant wanting it to be validated outside somewhere else, and it's just not ever gonna be. It's just not. And then the next question for me is like, okay, well, what do I do? Because even as I say that, my stomach's churning. It's like, oh, so I'm on my own? But that's not necessarily what it means, but it's what it feels. I feel very raw and very fragile as I'm having some different feelings come up the last few days. It's so weird. Like, literally, as I'm saying these words, to me, I am speaking what I have experienced, but I also hear the words being said, and they are so meaningless, but also meaningful in a bunch of different possible ways. Like, I've been feeling lots of things, okay? Sad, happy, joyful, angry, excited, nervous, around people, not around people, in relation to work. Like, there's so many different, like, ways that I could mean that. And so me just saying these things, like, no, of course people aren't going to relate. Or maybe they are going to relate. But are they going to relate? Or are they just going to hear what they want to hear and it sounds true? It's so... It just brings me to just really understanding that we are all alone and we're all one. And it's so fucking weird to try and, like, hold those two things. Like, I feel like I am... there is no I, and I is just everything, and so there's no disconnection, there's no separation, and simultaneously it feels absolutely correct and true that no one will ever experience this experience of being this human in this body, and everything that I've experienced is already gone. Then there's just this. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. And it's so deep and big, and simultaneously I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, damn, my glasses look really good. I got new glasses. And I'm like, shit, this light is really good for me. And oh crap, I've been doing some weird face pulling the last few days with my fucking, not with like a fancy stone. No, I just got my hair clip. And I was like, that looks like a good shape to do this. So I've been doing this here, like that, just like moving my lymph nodes or whatever. And it seems to be shaping up my chin. So like, it's all deep and it's all fucking surface level, whatever. And like, it's so weird. Life is so all over the fucking shop, it's all the things. And I feel much lighter at the moment as well, and I think that's happening because care for things is just decreasing, like bother or mind. I love the difference between I don't care and I don't mind. Like, I don't mind, as in I literally don't, my mind doesn't work on the same things that it always has. Like, things are dropping away. Things are dropping away. A lot of things are dropping away. And there's no way out of there's no way out of spiritual awakening. Fuck, even that sounds fucking poncy and stupid, but spiritual awakening without doing this trauma emotional uncovering simultaneously, because you can't be okay with everything. You can't be present to everything and accepting of everything until you're accepting of the things that you don't want as well, and the body naturally suppresses when it's coping and staying safe, and then those things come up when safety is created, and so seeing, like, it's crazy that trauma work, whether you do it with a therapist or not, and whatever way we do it, there's no right or wrong way, there's just the way that works for us. Like, it has to be part of this trauma, this spiritual awakening, and that's not even true. It just appears to be true here, and there are other people it seems to be true for, and it includes the body. My body is shifting as I'm uncovering beliefs, and I'm uncovering feelings, and I'm fighting and then accepting and then fighting and then accepting feelings. Like, it's all fucking bonkers.